G'day, I'm Liz Ginis, Communications Director at RDA Sydney. Today I have the great pleasure of being joined by Josh Gordon, Director of RDA Central West. G'day Josh, how are you?
Well, thanks.
How is it in the Central West today?
It's cold. It's supposed to be cold. It's the middle of winter, but the sun is come out, so we're looking forward to that.
I've heard there's a big rain event supposed to be tracking through in the next week. Is that good news for the
It
Central
is good
West?
news. We are a big agricultural area and largely livestock and cropping. Our winter crops are in the ground at the moment, and the more rain, the better. We started off a little bit dry and a little bit late, but things are coming home okay. Uh, Last night, some areas got about 30 mils of rain, which is really good.
For people who are unfamiliar with the Central West region, if you wouldn't mind giving us a little bit of an overview?
RDA Central West covers an area from Lithgow in the east out to Lachlan Shire or Condo in the west, and we go to the top of the Cabon Shire, so just south of Mudgee, down to Wedden and Cowra in the south. So it's a big area. It's about 182, 183,000 people in that area, and we have both some big towns, so Bathurst, Orange, Lithgow, Parkes and Forbes, as well as a lot of villages around the region and a lot of agricultural area as well. It's a really broad mix, the Central West. You name it, we've got a little bit of everything. The wine industry is a fantastic industry for the region, and the production of wine and the way it supports and does tourism really well. Tourism is a big part of what we do in the Central West, but the wine region covering Orange and Cowra Shires and a lot of other areas as well really adds significant economic drive to our region.
One of the big events that's coming up for RDA Central West is the Circular Futures Forum. And I was hoping we could have a little bit of a dive into that. Now that's coming up at the beginning of September, I believe.
Absolutely. Circular Futures Forum it's a big project for RDA Central West, and it really is innovating sustainability in our region, and it's designed to make sure that the Central West is at the very least up to speed with circular economy in all our development activity. So there's a lot of circular economy work going on right across Australia, and what we're doing is bringing together industry and R&D capacity in the Central West in Orange in order to make sure that all our businesses and our researchers are collaborating and up to speed and absolutely making sure that circular economy is part of their process, because it's just becoming more and more important in regional development, and it is a big positive that the Central West has to make sure we include.
Look, it's one of those things that I think you can't move forward into the future without keeping your eyes on the circular economy and how that works out for your region.
It's a no-brainer, and we have to be up to speed in the Central West. We have a lot of our businesses in the Central West are really investing in and making sure that their circular economy status is up to speed, because it pays big dividends for them as a business, and we know that pays big dividends for our region economically. For example, Pete Morrison, who's the CEO of Green Timber Technologies here in Orange, they're doing a lot of work to make sure that their status and their ability to deliver on the environmentally sustainable and renewable aspect of what they do is central. And so having Pete talk at our event and share what he's doing as a local in the region is really important.
Fantastic. Now, I know that RDA Central West is also involved in a whole range of other projects and initiatives across the region, and one that is close to my heart would be your Central West Inspired Women program. And now that's something that's been running for a while now, and I'm hoping you can share a bit of the great news about it with us.
The Central West Inspired Women program started before I was involved with RDA Central West. It has been running for a few years now, and it creates an opportunity for women in the Central West in business or in government to come together and share their experiences, learn, and really get involved in an environment that's friendly and helps them to develop professionally, as well as create those business networks that are very, very important. We run a range of events. One of our most important events that we run, and we run it over and over again, is speed networking, Central West Inspired Women Speed Networking. And traditionally, this has been done around Orange, and this year we've seen that branch out and go further into areas across the Central West and been really, really popular. We are having more of those events this year, so watch our website, and if you thinking of getting involved, check out the details and come and attend one of those events. Another big Central West inspired women event will be a ladies' lunch at the Australian National Field Days. We ran this event last year. It was massively successful. It was a sellout. We expect it to be a sellout again this year, and so I'd strongly encourage people who are keen to attend that event to also check out our website and look for a ticket opportunity as soon as possible.
I think it's probably a really good segue into our next area, which is the 10 for 10 leadership dialogue, which takes students from local schools in year 11 and teams them with local leaders.
The program is in its sixth year. It is a very successful program, and it's around finding 10 students from year 11 in our region and matching them with 10 mentors. Those students submit applications to be selected for the program, and it is a very competitive process. The applications this year were just amazing, and we were able to select 10 students, and we find 10 mentors from the community, and they range from business and government professionals at all levels, and we match them to those students, and those students spend year 11 working with those mentors to help them develop, and we also run events that help them develop. So Phil Donato hosts us down to New South Wales Parliament. Andrew G will host us next week down to Parliament in Canberra, and that is a real eye-opener for our students because they get to see things, because they go with our local member and see things that a normal visitor to New South Wales Parliament or Parliament House in Canberra wouldn't see, and that's really an interesting aspect for them to see. We also have different visits and tours of different businesses in our region, and also have different types of classes and networking events for these students. And it's to help build their character and their skill set and their experiences as they move and become leaders in our community.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. And look, the last thing I hope we can have a chat about today is your collaboration with the Central New South Wales Joint Organisation. Curious to find out more about that.
So RDA Central West for a few years now has had an MOU with the JO, the Central New South Wales Joint Organisation, and what it does is uses the fact that RDA is a very active, high-functioning organisation, and the joint organisation in the Central West is also a very active, very high-functioning organisation, and we divide up a lot of collaborative work between us so that we can cover more ground and be more effective. It also gives RDA a really good channel into all our 11 LGAs and direct access to our mayors and our general managers, which helps regional development significantly. We do a lot of collaborative work, and we also make sure that where we can develop economies of scale and collaborate on those projects, we absolutely do drive that ability. It's a relationship that I haven't seen in any other RDA region across Australia, and it's really valuable to us and really effective in boosting regional development. One part of that is RDA manages a networking meeting between all our local government economic development managers, and that is really effective at tying those together, because quite often economic development and business development happens across local government boundaries and right across our region. And so having that networking is really important, adds significant value, and is a really easy thing for RDA to facilitate.
Josh, is there anything else you would like people to know about the work that RDA Central West does?
We operate quite strongly in the grant space with support for people looking for grants, whether they be businesses, not-for-profit, any type of organisation. RDA can support that grant application process. In line with that, we also have a big data set and database that we can use to share, and quite often that's used for businesses looking to build a picture of the region to help them expand or make their case to their bank or funding body. Grant applicants looking to have some hard data to help support build what they're trying to achieve. This data set really helps with that. And we're happy to share that information and work collaboratively with any groups in order to help them push forward using data, using grants, and there is a massive range of grants for development. It's always worth contacting us and asking the question and seeing how we can help support. I'd encourage everyone to jump onto our website and have a look, and you might be surprised at where we can assist.
Well, look, it certainly sounds like you've got your hands full out there in the Central West.
We are busy. We like to be busy, and we're absolutely up for a challenge.